start, if you want to ask a question, please do it into the microphone, okay? So just raise your hand if you want to ask a question.
Regis, congrats on getting all the way through, showing a lot of toughness and grit. You mentioned Devin better than you thought he was in power and speed. Is he the best fighter you've shared the ring with, sparring, amateurs, pros?
I don't think sparring, but in the pros so far, it seems like, it's all the difference, you know, with the Josh Taylor and, you know, like had Terry Flanagan and stuff like that, but Devin is definitely, he's definitely better than I thought he was, for sure. You know, he does have fast, he does have fast feet, good defense, and, you know, he has sneaky power, for sure. You know, it's not like he doesn't have the concussive power to, like, just, you know, knock you out like that, but he does have sneaky power to where he can run you into it.
Regis, what surprised you in there tonight at the back? What surprised you in there the most about Devin? Was it his speed? Was it his
it was his speed, trying to catch up to him. You know, I was trying to catch up to him, trying to get to him, and it just seemed like I just, you know, like, just couldn't get to him.
You've achieved a lot in the sport. Obviously, you've, you know, been world champion before. Is that the goal for you, to sort of get back on the horse and to try and, you know, regain a belt for three times?
Three-time champion. Yeah, three-time champion. Something I did have in mind. Maybe it might be too soon right now, but I do want to leave the sport and do MMA. I want to do that, but I do want to be a three-time champion before I do that. Three-time at 140, and then after that, I do want to go ahead and switch to MMA, but three-time champion first.
Devin.
Were you surprised that he was so dominating, and why all of a sudden MMA?
It's not all of a sudden. That's why I've been had it on my mind for a while, you know. But I was a champion, so it's like you can't just give it up as a champion. But I do want to. I'm not saying I'm gonna do MMA now, but after I get a belt for the third time, then I'll probably go ahead and switch. But no, not right now.
Is there another champion that you have your sights on, Matias or someone else at 140?
Yeah, I mean, it's the other champion is Matias out there. Then they have T.O. and Rolly. So, you know, either one. I'm going to talk to Eddie and see what we can do and see if I can go ahead and get in line for one of those belts.
How much time will you take off after this?
I'm chilling. Win, lose, or draw, I already said, bro, I'm chilling. Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff coming up. So, yeah, I'm about to chill for a while. I got a lot of stuff on my plate outside of boxing, so I'm going to focus on that right now.
Regis, after the fight, we all saw you and Bill exchange some words. Can you talk about that a little bit? I told him I keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, bro. Like, one of his partners came over there, that one I call a crackhead. I was like, bro, I still keep the same. I still think y'all crackheads. I'ma still keep that same energy no matter what you say. But you know, it was all love. You know, we sold this thing out. We sold this house out, bro. I don't know what pay-per-view did, but I'm pretty sure pay-per-view did good. And at the end of the day, that's what we do it for. You know, I started boxing when I was 16, 17, and, you know, I never thought I would get to a point like this to, you know, do pay-per-views and do these type of numbers. But, you know, we did it, and, you know, I'm a part of that, so I'm happy about it.
Muhammad Mubarak with it.
Can you just speak about maybe your words with Devin a little bit and what that exchange?
I said you better than I thought. I said, bro, I'm not going to lie, you better than what I thought you was, you know, for sure. You know, when you, like, every time when you get in the ring, you always you play these visions in your head over and over and over, and you know it definitely wasn't what I thought. You know, he was better and quicker than what I thought, for sure.
Regis, Muhammad Mubarak with the Electronic Urban Report. Hold your head up high, walk tall. You did a great job, in spite of losing. You're still a champion to the people, and I wouldn't give up if I was you.
Oh, no, I'm not giving up. I'm definitely not giving. Thank you for the words, but I'm definitely not giving up for sure. Like I said, three-time champion. That's my goal right now.
Last question.
It's Lalo from Lalo's Boxing. Do you feel that you want to still campaign at 140?
I'm three-time champion, 140.
And
yes, staying at 140.
140, all right.
Okay, thanks, Regis.
If the fight presents itself at 147, would you take it?
Three-time at 140. That's what I want. I want to be a champion again. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I need to.
Stephen Cordeno, KOR Sports. Just congrats, Regis, just on a great valiant performance. Eddie, just you want to talk about Regis? He wants to be a three-time champion. Just talk about his performance and just what lies ahead for Regis.
Yeah, I think he was pretty honest in the ring after. I thought Devin was just too good tonight, and I think there's no harm in that when you're chasing greatness and you fight at the very elite level of the sport. Sometimes you get beat by the better man. I think he should be applauded for taking the fight in the first place. You know, he won the world title, had a defence at home, and wanted to be in those big fights. And that was a big experience for him tonight, big occasion. I think he'll learn from it. Frustrating fight for him because of Devin's speed of foot and his skill, and you know he couldn't get going in the fight. But you know he's going to be in exciting fights, and obviously now you've got a lot of guys at 140 chasing the world championship, and that's now the aim for him again. Got to come back as a challenger and try and win a belt again. And like you say, a 3-time world champion is a hell of an achievement. I mean, a 1-time world champion is a hell of an achievement. So that's got to be the new aim once he has a little break.
Regis,
Turn that shit up, boy.
you know, you look, obviously, Josh Taylor, that was a close fight. You came back really strong. After this fight tonight, what do you think is the key to retooling? Obviously, you're a hard worker and you know what it takes to get to the top.
I think just focusing on better skills. You know, like man, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I told everybody, all my people in the dressing room, they crying. I'm like, bro, pick your head up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fight. You gonna win, you gonna lose at the end of the day. And I'm not gonna lie, for this fight, I trained my ass off. I trained for 4 months, and it just wasn't good enough. And sometimes that's what's gonna happen in life. You can train, you can do everything, but it might just not be good enough. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, and I'm gonna get better. That's what I do. I go back and I get better and better. And you know, I'm gonna look at the film and see what I have to improve on, and that's what I'm gonna go do, and just come back strong and come back and get better.
And, you know, you went to Josh Taylor's, not his hometown, but, you know, his home area in the UK. Came to Haney, the Bay Area tonight. And you fought a really good fighter, obviously. What do you think you could learn from this performance that will make you better after the same thing as the Josh Taylor fight?
Well, I mean, as far as that, you know, it was a different style. I mean, just basically work on my footwork. You know, definitely, like, it was like I couldn't get to him. You know, I was trying, and then just couldn't get to him. That's all. So I have to. That's something I definitely have to work on. Go back to the gym and go back to the drawing board and, you know, work on my footwork.
Regis, we came in a little late, sorry, but when did you sense that maybe he was stronger than you expected?
Man, I was just on the canvas. I was like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? I was just like on the canvas and stuff like that, but he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have power to where it's, you know, it'll hurt you, but it's the quick power. And I was like, all right, this dude, you know, he does have, you have to watch out for that. You know, you just can't run in with him, you know, so I think that's when I realized it.
Did you suffer any injuries, like facially or anything like that during?
No, I mean, I like the stuff you can see, but nothing never hurt me. Nothing in the fight never like that I felt that hurt me. You know, even the ref kept coming back. He was like, "Man, you know, you might be down. You down. You know, you have to do something." And I was like, "Bro, I'm straight. I'm good. Like nothing. Even my head, nothing hurts right now. But you know, I was down a lot."
So you never felt like you were in trouble or anything? Like you were, you know?
No, I never felt in trouble. I definitely never felt in trouble, nothing like that.
Regis, I'm just curious because you said he's the best that you fought in the pros and amateurs, but you said not sparring.
I mean, I didn't spar with like Austin Trout. I sparred with the Charlo twins and stuff. So that's a little different. Yeah.
Regis, I just wanted to ask you, what in Devin's arsenal gave you the most trouble? What did you?
His footwork. He was quick. He was just. It was hard to get to him. That's the main thing. You know, it was real hard to get to him. You know, his jab was good and quick, but I started kind of picking up on it a little bit, start catching it and start moving my head, but his footwork was, you know, definitely better. You know, it was hard to get to him.
Just between Josh Taylor and Devin Haney, you know, who would you say is the superior fighter?
Right now, Devin Haney, for sure. Devin Haney, for sure, yeah. Back then, Josh Taylor. Right now, Devin Haney. Good.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Well done, Devin. Regis.
God damn, Eddie, already?
Hey, y'all want to have some line up in the back? Don't cross no cameras.
Phil,
go that way.
Phil, get another chair. Over this side, Winks.
Walk to the back.
Sorry, thank you, brother. No, that's set.
Grandma.
Okay, guys, as we
Mama Haney.
Grandma.
Mama Haney. Hi, that's my mom right there.
Hey, Grandma.
She's
how are you? Good to see you again, all right?
Oh, I know.
All right. Good to see
Everybody
you.
was praying for my mom.
Good to see you.
Everybody was praying for my mom. Thank you. Continue to keep us in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? She made it.
Well, everybody, welcome to Team Haney coming in, and an incredible night at the Chase Center. 16,000 people in the Bay Area for the first time in over 2 decades to see one of their own become a 2-division world champion in a masterclass performance. Over to the media for questions for Bill and Devin after an incredible night.
How was it fighting in front of your hometown, the Bay Area, in front of your friends, your family, your grandma, becoming the champion?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, it was a blessing, a dream come true. I've always dreamed of these moments, and the time came, and the Bay Area came out and supported me. So, thank you to everybody that came out.
What's next for you?
I don't know. I want to talk with my dad and see what's next. But, I want to do a fight at 147. But it's a lot of big fights at 140. But I'm into making the biggest, best fights happen in the sport of boxing. That's where I'm at in it. That's where I'm at in it right now. I became undisputed at 140. 135. And I made history, and I'm in history books forever. But now, I want to make the biggest fights happen for the most money. To be honest.
Who at 140 you want to fight? You want to do up again?
You mean at 147? I don't know. I want to talk to my dad. My dad has, been looking at the 147-pound landscape. So you would have to ask him.
Bill, who do you want to be?
What's next for you?
Chance.
Hey.
Fight at 147.
First of all, I want to thank Allah, for making this all happen. Devin is remarkable, man. He's truly special. And take nothing away from the guys at 130, 140, 147. But when we talk about them, they're good. But Devin is special, and I think he showed that tonight. His ability to handicap a fighter. Whatever the fighter does special, you guys won't get a chance to see it against Devin because that's just the kind of fighter he is. And as far as 147 pounds, when looking at legacy, and so many people right now tarnish the sport of boxing by saying belts don't matter. We look to continue being a legacy, Devin being a legacy fighter. 147, he went up from 135 and challenged 140-pound WBC champion, and he has the ability to go up and be a 3-division world champion and undisputed at 25. And I think that's a Hall of Fame statement, and that's one of the options that's on there. He's creating, he's something special, man. So I can't say enough about him.
Bill. Devin, congratulations on the win, on another achievement.
Thank you.
A record was broken tonight, and the fewest punches landed in a title fight. Regis only landed 38, which was previously set by Edwin De Los Santos. Obviously, just goes to show your skills. Want your thoughts on the phenomenal performance?
Yeah, that's a good record to set. That was part of the game plan, was to, go in there and handicap him, of his best, his best things. And his best thing was his left hand. That was his bread and butter. And we took it off the table. And I don't even think he landed that many punches. What was it, 38? I don't remember, him even landing that many. So, yeah.
Were you surprised it was that easy? Were you surprised it was as easy as it was?
No, I wasn't surprised. I knew that if I went in there and stuck to the game plan, and I was in there disciplined, and it would work out. But like I said, I knew that I was levels above him, and these guys, I'm levels above them. But I was killing myself to make 135 so much. So I would get into a fight. I would go into the fight and I would be, depleted. I wouldn't be my best self. So now, I'm able to go in there and be the real Devin Haney.
Devin Garcia with Fight Hype. Obviously there was a lot of build up for this fight. There was, a lot of talk on both sides. But after, like you said, you anticipated Regis coming up to you in your victory. What were some of those words that he shared with you? What were some of the things you guys exchanged in that ring after the fight?
No, he told me that I was like super fast and super sharp. And that was it. But I want to talk to Regis. I want to, tell him. I told him thank you for the opportunity, and giving me a shot at the title.
For sure. Just one follow-up question. Immediately after the fight, champ, Ryan got on Twitter. He talked about potentially fighting you. What are your thoughts if you stay at 140 and potentially fighting Ryan Garcia?
I think that's a possibility. That's a mega fight. I've been calling out Ryan for years now, so it's good to hear that he finally won a fight. It sucks that it came after he took an L, but it was only a matter of time. But now he finally want to call me out. But at the end of the day, it's still a big fight, and like I said, I'm willing to make I want to make the biggest fights happen.
So calling you? Did he call you out, or is he calling for clout? Because he got your number.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Why are you talking to them? You know what I mean?
What's crazy? I seen Ryan maybe right before I went into training camp. He didn't say nothing about fighting me. So no, I literally was shopping in LA. We ran into each other at the store. He didn't say nothing about fighting.
Devin, in round 6, did you know how bad you had him hurt?
Honestly, I don't remember which round. I knew that I had him hurt a few times. But I don't really remember what round it was. But yeah, I do remember getting him hurt.
Did you shocked because in the last round it looked like you really struggled with it?
Yeah, no. I was going back to the corner. I wanted to fight. I knew that I could hurt him. I knew that I was hurting him. But every round, my dad would. I went back to the corner. My dad would say, "Just stay focused. Keep sticking to the game plan. You beat him easy. Keep breaking him down." And that's what I was doing. And it comes with experience. In the Linares fight, I was breaking him down. He was going down fast, but I got too greedy and. That's when I got hit with a shot that I shouldn't have got hit with. So in this fight, with the experience, we just stuck to the game plan. And if the knockout was to come, then it was going to come. But we didn't want to get too greedy.
Devin, talk about your power. To talk about your power and just like you said, you heard him a couple times. You dropped him. Obviously, he was saying that you didn't have power and at 140 it seemed to be behind the punches a little bit more.
Yeah, no, like I said, at 135 I was depleting myself so much, and I couldn't understand how I was hurting, guys in the gym, every sparring session, but I get into a fight and my power wouldn't be there. But it was because I was just depleting myself so much, killing myself to make the weight, that I was leaving it all, in the gym. In this fight, I wasn't even, trying to, punch hard, and I was hurting him, knocking him down, and I knocked him down and stuff like that.
Champ, you've been lauded for your skills, obviously, and like you just said, power has been a thing that some people try to knock you on. What do you think this fight, what kind of statement this sends to the rest of the division in terms of your power and some of the guys who have thought?
No, I mean, I just showed that I got it all. I got it, I got the power, the speed, everything. It just depends on what I want to do. Mike, what's your question?
Congrats on the performance.
Thank you.
I've heard all the critics say that you don't have power, that you can't take a punch. What do you say to them now?
Like I said, I'm a complete fighter. But they gonna always say something. First they said I couldn't sell, then I just sold out. 16, 17,000. They said I didn't have no power. I went in there and I dropped them early, hurt them multiple times. What they gonna say now?
Devin, and congrats on a superb performance.
Thank you.
You and Tio are now the top two guys in the division. What are your thoughts on that? When I ask him about it, he kind of laughs it off. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I want to make the best fights happen. If we can make the fight happen, and it makes sense, then we can make the fight happen. Like I said, the biggest fights for the most money.
I wanted to ask you a question. I'll take my answer from either you or Bill. Tank made a reference saying, well, it should be sold out because you had tickets for this amount of money and that amount of money. I just wanted to get a response from either you or Bill.
Tank don't want to fight because if he really wanted to fight, then he would be trying to build up the fight instead of trying to knock it down or try to say, oh, I'm only selling because of this or because of that. If he really wanted to fight me, he would be making it that it's a big fight and it's the best fight for boxing. But he only talk down on the fight. But like I said many times, they say everything but let's fight.
Nobody has outdid Devin. In terms of Tank's dance partners, you don't have to down the other fighter to validate what you are and what you bring to the table. Tank and his team have consistently lied to the people. They've created this narrative that because you make money or because you charge the people some astronomical money for a fight that that the guy is going to lose because obviously the what is it when the betting line doesn't even reflect as much money as that the guy is charging. So the message to all the fans: stop letting Tank and his team piss on your head and tell you it's rain with these fights, these insignificant fights. You know what I mean? The saying is for the culture. Devin represents the culture and represents boxing and what boxing should be and what boxing is. Hey, the little lady with the braids. Next.
Belsy Welsy. Yeah, you know, I went in there and I was real disciplined. I made it easy as possible. You've seen some of my infamous sparring sessions. So you tell me, do you think that it was a sparring session?
How much longer do you think until you're number 1 pound for pound?
I don't know. You know, I put it in Allah's hands. You know, I'm not rushing nothing. I'm still young.
Don't down and crown it.
25 years old. It's only a matter of time. You know, inshallah, I'll be number 1 on that pound for pound list. But I'm moving. I'm climbing the ladder. I'm you know.
No other fighter has done what Devin has done, crossing the pond to become undisputed, coming up to another division and fighting the hard-hitting, arguably no one, the boogeyman, no one wanted to fight. He's the number 1 fighter right now, pound for pound. I know, no slight towards Terrence Crawford's performance, but if Errol Spence was depleted and he has to go up to 54, how much fucking credit can we give him for that fight?
And you know, I feel like I'm, you know, at this point that I should be fighter of the year. But not only that, you know, they don't want to give my dad credit, but I think my dad deserved credit, trainer of the year. You know, when they mentioned the best trainers in boxing, I don't understand because they never mentioned my dad, but he is the best trainer in boxing, and it showed. Look, we just went in there, went up in weight, you know, and fought arguably the best at 140 and pitched a shutout, didn't even get hit with nothing, handicapped him. Come on now. My dad deserved trainer of the year, and I deserve fighter of the year.
My mind went to working just now. When you guys are talking about 47, and you just mentioned the Crawford comparison, is that a fight even us worth thinking about? Haney and Crawford at 47? If Terrence, I mean, he's going to rematch Spence, but if he were to come back at 47.
You know what? My nickname for Devin is Superman. You know, and anything is possible. But let's move this thing the way that it's supposed to move and give him credit for this fight tonight. And then, but don't look at like a far-fetched possibility of him going up to 47. He's the boss. He'll get a chance to decide. Of course, Eddie will do his best to put things on the table. We'll strategize and give Devin a chance to look at it. But, I mean, I keep hearing this Ryan Garcia shit. Is that real, Eddie, or what?
I mean, it's come from Oscar, which doesn't necessarily mean it's real. But Ryan said so as well. But listen, that's a great fight. You know, I think Ryan should be chasing the champions at 140. He should be chasing the number 1 in the division. And Devin's the number 1 in the division. So, you know, I do think, looking back, I think people don't quite understand what Devin used to do to make 135. Like when I used to work with him before he had to go over the other side and rob the bank, he was done at 135, and he went on to have 3 more fights at 135. 2 of them was travelling to the other side of the world to make weight, which I think is an incredible achievement. And he's right. There is no way he could have fulfilled the potential he had as a fighter at 135. And I think for years and years, like we chased the Ryan Garcia fight, no one wanted to fight Devin Haney. And everyone uses the excuse. When you've got a really good fighter, everyone uses the excuse, oh, they just don't sell. It's not a big enough fight. No one knows who he is. But he's actually gone to Australia, become undisputed, come back. You know, those fights that he had, beat Lomachenko. Now he's sold out in a city that hasn't had boxing for 2 decades. Who else can do that in boxing?
Eddie, you remember when you told me, you said, it was me and you said, I just think he might be too good, mate.
But that's what, you know what? But when you're too good, the only way you can entice people is by making sure they get paid to get beat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So now people are seeing the draw, people are seeing the size of Devin Haney, maybe even Ryan Garcia, and going, you know what, that's a big fight. So if I get beat, I get paid.
Does every fighter that he fight get their biggest payday?
Yep.
So you see, and we have a strong team like Matchroom and Eddie behind us in DAZN. So you see every fighter gets their biggest payday, but then there's not the line around the corner. Devin is truly the best fighter on the planet, and I'm so happy.
It's a funny thing too. Is a funny story. You know, I got a message from Oscar yesterday, Oscar De La Hoya, and I was surprised. He wished me luck. He said, he said, good luck, do your thing. And I scrolled up. I looked at the message before, and the message said, I told him to fuck off. So it was funny, but I told him, thank you, him being a legend and him wishing me luck in this fight.
Bill, Devin, Aaron Tolentino, Con 4 TV here in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Was fighting here at the Chase Center part of that bucket list on your master plan of your career? And did it exceed your expectations? And what did you think about the overall atmosphere?
Yeah, no, definitely was on my bucket list. When I was talking with Eddie about where we could do the fight, it was either here or where was the other place? Atlanta. Yeah, those were two places. But I was like, I know that the Bay would come out and support. I think we should do it there. And Eddie said, I'm up for it. Let's see, let's do it. And I asked Eddie, I said, yes, day before yesterday, I said, Eddie, how many people did you think I was going to bring out? He said, mate, 7,000. He said, I'm not going to lie to you, 7,000. I said, 7,000. But we did a great job, and we sold it out, and we're going to bring back some more fights, inshallah.
Are you more proud of yourself knowing that this is not a boxing city, it's not Vegas, it's not LA? You're still able to pack the seats in the Chase Center?
100%. The Bay Area is behind me. All my people came out, my day ones, and no, for sure I'm happy with the turnout.
Bill, can you speak on that too?
How about fighting here again?
Yeah, no, for sure. God willing, inshallah, we do more fights here, more big events, possibly the next. My two places that I want to fight is either, Saudi Arabia or back here.
Yeah, noticed during the ring walk, you were very serious, not the typical smile.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that? Just focused?
Yeah, I was locked in. He said a lot, and I was ready for whatever. I was just, the whole day I've been locked in, entering the arena, to the walkout. I was ready, and it felt a little different, walking first. But we not gonna have that problem no time soon again.
We had to get a routine. No, that's funny because we're so used to saying and still.
Mm-hmm.
was getting used to saying and knew, and then to come out first. Me and Devin, we didn't have necessarily our routine together, so we kind of improvised, but we did good.
My dad said, Regis was walking out. My dad said, "Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Don't even look at him. Don't even look at him." He said, "When you turn around, look at him. But all that other shit, don't look at him." He was doing his walkout and doing all his shit. And I said, "Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. What he's doing."
Team Haney had a very good night. You had a good night on the undercard as well.
Oh, yeah.
Talk
Great.
about what that says for you as a trainer, not simply working with your son, but now the rest of your stable.
Thank you, Queen, for pointing that out. Shout out to our team who did a tremendous job, Shamar Canal and Amari Jones. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, so both Shamar made New York proud, and of course Amari, hometown guy. You saw everyone was saying his name and everything. He's made us and the city quite proud, and we expect some big things from them as well.
Devin, would you reflect on that as well for your father to have such a good outcome tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean this was all part of my my father's plan. I'm just following protocol.
Couple more guys. Last two.
Did Jones' victory and the way he did it inspire you to do yours? even better?
Yeah, no, I told Amari. I said he just told me in the locker room when I was getting dressed after the fight. He said I'm proud of you. I said, no, I'm proud of you. You motivated me when you went in there and knocked him out, and you did everything that you said you was going to do. That motivated me. That gave me that extra push. But that just explains our relationship. Me and Amari Jones. You know, we push each other. We push. Yeah, that's my twin for real. That's my twin for real. You know, every day in and day out, we push each other in everything we do. And, you know, it's a testament to his work ethic. No matter what time, it could be 3, 4 in the morning or whatever. I tell him, hey, Mark, let's run. He get up every time, never complain, never nothing. Hey, we finna do 3 workouts today. Okay. He's with it. And, you know, not many fighters, you know, on that's in the building stage is, you know, willing to do that. You know, it's different when you're fighting for, you know, millions and millions of dollars and that's your motivation. But he's a part of the building stage, and you know, he's the future.
You had 2 fights now this year. You had 2 fights last year, and I think pretty much all of the years in recent memory. When do you want to be back, and what's your plan for next year?
Yeah, I just want to take some time off. You know, spend some time with the family. You know, I had a hard training camp. I've been in training camp for, you know, in training camp for 10 weeks. But before that, I was training, and I've been very disciplined and, you know, focused. So I just want to take some time off and just rest and relax, let my body recover. But before I leave, I want to give a special happy birthday to my chef nutritionist, James Lockwood. You know, he's done a tremendous job with me time and time again, fight after fight. Ever since he came, you know, my fights have been getting easier. My weight cuts have been getting easier. You know, he's the best at what he do. I'm the best at what we do. You know, we the dream team. You know, undisputed nutrition, baby.
In the build-up for this fight, Regis made it a point to say you wasn't from here. And he stated that when he was running, people was chanting him on and beat you. But during the fight, we heard the crowd numerous occasions chanting your name. How did that feel?
Man, I'm just a private school kid, man. That's all, man. That's it. That's all I can say.
Dev, obviously during camp, I know you lost a team member, saw the picture of you and Tommy Smalls in the locker room. How much motivation was that, and, you know, obviously dedicating the fight to him?
Yeah, you know, in the beginning of camp, I lost, you know, somebody that was, you know, super close to me, that was living with me, you know, Tommy Smalls, and you know, it really hurt me. I was going through it, you know, I was still working out and still, you know, but you know, it was a tough time for me, but you know, eventually I just, you know, used it as motivation, and I just remember everything that he would tell me. You know, his voice would you know, play, you know, in my head, and you know, I definitely, this victory is for him. I wish he was here, but we will meet again, you know, inshallah.
Last question, Andy.
It's great to see you in the gym a couple of weeks ago. You mentioned possibly going to fight in Saudi
Yeah.
next year. Is that something we might see in Eddie when you're obviously out there in Saudi in a couple of weeks? Conversations with you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've always been in conversations, and Bill has and Devin has with Saudi Arabia. Obviously, there's a tremendous movement there now with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. I spoke to him tonight, actually, and, you know, he knew I was here. He was watching. He posted about Devin as well tonight. And, you know, he wants to bring the best fighters to Saudi Arabia. And as you've seen, there's not many better than Devin Haney right now. So, you know, I feel like 2024, Saudi Arabia is definitely on the destination list for Devin Haney. Ladies and gentlemen, great performance. 2-division world champion, Devin Haney.